The scene opens onto a world of luxury and shine. Imagine a vast mansion with marble floors, crystal chandeliers, and richly appointed interiors. This is the backdrop of Melania Trump's life, the wife of Donald Trump and arguably the richest woman in the world. Every room in her palace exudes the class and influence she projects, and it is this spectacular world that we narrate. A magnet for the attention of the world, Melania is surrounded by wealth and power that link her to the very pinnacle of authority. From the first moments they met until today, Melania and Donald have shared a uniquely dynamic partnership. Their romantic story began in 1998 in New York during Fashion Week, when she, the Slovenian model, and Trump, the powerful businessman, exchanged phone numbers at a party. A few years later, in 2005, they held a glamorous wedding in Palm Beach, and in early 2006, they welcomed their son Barron. Even from the start, Donald was struck by her energy. As he later recounted, she was so compelling that he had given Melania every phone number he had, asking her to call him instead. Years later, in 2025, Trump was once again sworn in as the U.S. president, and Melania walks beside him confidently as First Lady. Throughout these years, their bond remained steady and strong, from intimate family moments at home to the grand public stages of politics. The glow of style and wealth. Melania Trump is known not only as the president's wife, but also as a style icon and epitome of luxury. Every public appearance is a masterful fashion spectacle, from official galas to casual meetings. Business Insider notes that she has a taste for pricey fashion and is often seen wearing designer ensembles costing thousands of dollars. For example, she has been spotted in a Givenchy gown worth $2,095 and a sparkling Monique Lhuillier dress for $7,995. One particularly memorable outfit was a Dolce & Gabbana jacket worth $52,000. At charity balls and state dinners, she alternates between classic tailored coats and bold dresses, each highlighting her figure and elegance. All this contributes to her image as a woman of the highest social class. In Tatler magazine, Melania says she is living proof that the American dream really exists, proudly standing beside Donald Trump in a pastel blue Jackie Kennedy-style ensemble while waving to inauguration crowds. Her wardrobe is only part of the spectacle. Her lifestyle is steeped in extravagance. According to official financial disclosures, Melania's personal wealth is listed at around $1.2 to $1.9 million. However, outside experts believe her true net worth is far higher, factoring in decades of modeling, business ventures, and brand value. Her husband's fortune is estimated at over $5.6 billion, and she shares access to his iconic properties and resources. Before entering the White House, Donald and Melania lived in their so-called 33,000 square foot penthouse in Trump Tower in New York, effectively a mansion-sized apartment, nearly 11,000 square feet in size, valued at over $50 million. The residence featured high ceilings, marble columns, and crystal chandeliers, creating the feeling of a modern palace. They even had a private glam room there, her own dedicated space for styling, complete with a personal makeup artist and hairdresser who traveled with her. After moving to the White House, the family's real estate expanded further. A country estate near New York, a beachfront home in St. Martin, and of course, the world-famous Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida. Mar-a-Lago, spanning 17 acres, boasts 58 bedrooms and 33 bathrooms, truly a symbol of their lavish lifestyle. Once purchased for just $10 million, current value over $300 million reflects its opulence. Ballrooms, tennis courts, a private club, every corner radiating grandeur and elegance. Travels and the world stage. As First Lady of the United States during her first tenure from 2017 to 2021, and with her husband's re-election in 2024, Melania is the face of the country on the global stage. She travels worldwide, attends major events, and lends a glamorous presence to every moment. In 2018, she embarked on a week-long solo tour of Africa, visiting Ghana, Malawi, Kenya, and Egypt. A highlight of that trip was her visit to the Cape Coast Castle in Ghana, a historic site of the Atlantic slave trade, where Melania described the experience as very emotional and something that people should see and experience. During the week, she promoted her Be Best children's welfare initiative, meeting with local leaders, presenting teddy bears and baby blankets to hospitals, and emphasizing child education and health. Melania also attends many high-profile social events with the same polished grace. Her red carpet appearances in New York or Palm Beach inevitably draw attention with spectacular details, from diamond bracelets and luxury watches to coveted designer handbags like the Hermes Birkin, which the Telegraph notes is the most expensive bag in the world. Whether she's at a charity luncheon or a state dinner, she is always the center of an elegant tableau, calm, confident, and composed. American media often describe her demeanor as warm and gentle, especially in settings related to children and education. On national holidays or official ceremonies, she often adds her own dramatic flair. For example, on a visit to the Dubai World Cup, she wore a remarkably shaped hat that drew global fashion commentary. Other moments stand out, like the couple's gestures of unity, such as holding hands on stage, or Melania's poised wave to onlookers. Each public moment reinforces her image as an influential partner, respected by dignitaries worldwide. Uniqueness and influence. Melania stands out through her unique position, a foreign-born first lady, a former supermodel, and a powerful figure on the global stage. Observers describe her as the realization of the American dream. She speaks several languages fluently and brings her Eastern European elegance to Western politics. Interviews with her Slovenian friends emphasize her poise, sophistication, and focus, qualities they say were always present in her upbringing. Under the spotlight, Melania exerts quiet influence. Even critics note her composed presence and how she balances public life. Her husband publicly expresses pride in her, once tweeting that he is proud of our great First Lady and how much she loves her work. When she campaigns alongside him or sits down with international media, her class and diplomatic touch captivate audiences. Key moments of her public persona include ceremonial walks, state visits, and social receptions. Always the focus of attention, yet with calm confidence. Every gown, every piece of jewelry, every graceful gesture tells the world, here she is, the president's wife, embodiment of success and charisma. And as their love story approaches 2 decades, the world watches Melania with genuine fascination. She remains a symbol of class, wealth, and influence, fittingly dubbed the richest woman in the world, carrying with her the full brilliance and resources of her family. Luxurious purchases and accessories. Melania's style is synonymous with extravagance. The former First Lady is often seen with iconic designer pieces. For example, at least 6 Hermes Birkin bags have been counted in her collection, together worth over $200,000. On Inauguration Day, she carried a black Birkin bag valued at around $13,000. And at a later state visit, she wore a bright yellow Dolce & Gabbana blazer priced at $51,500, a clear signal that she spares no expense. Donald Trump even gifted her a Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren, a mid-2000s supercar, during her pregnancy with Barron. Such cars run between $300,000 and $800,000. The luxury extends to the next generation. Barron was recently spotted wearing a yellow gold Rolex Daytona worth about $48,700, though he often carries a plain black school backpack for just $88 to blend in. And of course, there are the jewels. Her 25-carat engagement ring is said to have cost about $1.5 million. In short, every item in Melania's life seems priced for maximum impact, from couture coats and Birkin bags down to the everyday accessories that make headlines. Her role as a mother. Despite the glamour that surrounds her, Melania makes it clear that motherhood comes first. At a Mother's Day event in 2018, she noted, "Motherhood takes an incredible amount of strength, a lot of time, a generous amount of patience, and all of our love." She frequently mentions helping Barron with homework, taking him to activities, and encouraging him to pursue his dreams, whether as a pilot, athlete, or entrepreneur. In her memoir, Melania describes her 18-year-old son as having a rare combination of intelligence, charm, and diligence, and notes that he has remained true to his character and values despite the whirlwind around him. People close to the family say Melania has always been a doting mother who is fiercely protective of him, and even Donald publicly praises her parenting, calling her one of the best moms I've ever seen, and highlighting that Barron grew up strong, kind, and a good student under her care. Melania herself points out that Barron isn't a sweatpants child. He's quite happy dressing up in a suit and tie sometimes, like his father. In short, life in a gilded world hasn't diminished her focus on family. She is raising Barron with humility and solid values, even teaching him to speak her native Slovenian so that he never forgets his roots. Potential future plans. Melania is already signaling a new chapter in her post-White House life. She reportedly signed a $40 million deal with Amazon for a documentary series about her life as First Lady. On the business side, she is showing an entrepreneurial streak. Times of India notes that she has been selling NFTs, jewelry, and even Christmas decorations under her own brand. For instance, she released a 250 collection of limited edition ornaments for America's 250th birthday, each handcrafted with an engraved signature and even an accompanying digital collectible. Melania has said that a portion of the proceeds from these ventures will go to support children aging out of foster care. She also announced a scholarship initiative called Fostering the Future to help youths from foster homes, though an NYT report notes that no charity by that name has been officially registered yet. Officially, she hasn't announced a new fashion label or cosmetic line, but media outlets are already speculating. Given her background in design, she once created a jewelry line for QVC that sold out, and her knack for branding, many suggest she could launch her own clothing or accessory line. In any case, it seems likely that Melania will continue expanding her personal empire through fashion, philanthropy, or other ventures. And the world is watching her next move closely. Melania Trump, a woman who turned her life into a symbol of elegance and strength. For some, she's a style icon. For others, she's the quiet power behind the spotlight. But one thing is certain, she will always remain among the most influential and talked about women of our time. And you, do you believe her real story is only just beginning? Leave a comment, subscribe to Rich Royale, and get ready for more breathtaking journeys into the world of ultimate luxury living.